Hey, this is Big D, and I'm going to give you the experience on the setup relationship I got via somebody I knew, particularly when I moved to the small town. So, based on what I was told about this woman, she was Mormon, and she wasn't 100% mentally healthy. I mean, what does that mean? Apparently, she got some sort of like head injury when she was younger, and basically sometimes she forgets things, and apparently she had like what's the word I'm looking for? Seeing problems, so she couldn't drive. So she's pretty much an invalid, in a lot of regards. So based on my experience with her and dating her, it just wasn't a very pleasant thing. Like I figured, why not? We'll see what happens. She's single. I'm single, and I wouldn't mind something, especially if it worked out. But like I would not have rated it a good experience at the end of the dating prospect of what I got. Like, to be honest, I kind of wanted to just get my money and my time back after the experience, especially after like it took me 3 days to realize this person was a waste of time. One date and 3 days. So, well, based on what I know about this person, I spent like a long date with her, and she didn't like the situation she was in. Uh, she went to college, and nowadays, if a lot of you guys don't know it, like college isn't what it used to be. Back in the 70s and 80s, they actually taught you valuable skills for jobs. Nowadays, they're just teaching you how to be dysfunctional, how to lap up basically leftist propaganda, and how to be a victim and not think for yourself. That's what it seems like with these gender study degrees. These gender study degrees are pumping out leftist, Karen, feminist women. And I feel like that's what's happened to her, that happened to this woman, because she was pretty much a Mormon chick that went to a university, and her mind got poisoned in certain regards, if not through other means. Like, her family kept setting her up with date after date after date after date. Apparently, none of these guys are good enough, even though they liked her enough. She couldn't help but talk poorly about these guys. And, I have a rule. If somebody's talking poorly about people that they know, they're probably going to talk poorly about you. So that makes me trust people less when they do this. So, I mean, she didn't have a positive thing to say about anybody. And based on some of the conversations I heard, she got a laugh out of stringing some of them along. Another red flag. The willingness to basically F around with people's time and efforts. Kind of an unattractive trait. You know, Couple that with a superiority attitude where she thought she was better in certain regards. She didn't respect guys, it seemed like. And on top of that, she had her own physical and, like physical ailments that basically made her a dependent. Because if it wasn't for her family, her mom and dad taking care of her, she wouldn't be able to take care of herself because she couldn't drive. And not only that, she had like memory issues. And based on some of the things I got from her as far as her hobbies and the things she liked to do, she liked to basically raise animals, and she liked to deal with kids. The problem is she wasn't very good at raising animals. She kept getting herself hurt. So, like, in my mind as a guy, I think to myself, you're breaking bones, breaking your kneecap, and such along those lines, dealing with wild animals like hogs and pigs that you farmed at your family's household. Your family's bankrolling it. One, your family's spoiling you and making you entitled by giving you whatever you want. And two, you know, you're kind of fragile, and it tells me that you're going to be hurting yourself a lot by basically doing certain things. I don't know what you guys are thinking about, but to me, I think in terms of this person's going to be like multiple hospital bills a year, and that stuff's expensive. And I don't really want somebody that's going to consistently get hurt doing things, cost me $10,000-$15,000 every couple of months because animals she's raising that I'm probably paying for if I was to get with her are hurting her. Not only that, but she was talking about wanting to adopt kids because she grew up in a household where they adopted kids. Apparently, her parents like that. The problem was when she was watching the kids, they got attacked by rescue animal dogs that she was taking in and training. My thing is, if you basically got these adopted kids hurt by your dogs, what's that going to mean for any kids I have with you? You know, why would I want you around kids when you've got some sort of brain damage and you can't even drag them to a hospital because you can't see properly, you can't get a driver's license? So my biggest thing with this woman was she was arrogant. She probably had the boss babe feminist basically mind virus installed into her from college. She was absolutely dependent on people and entitled, and she didn't realize that she was that much of a liability and had all these negative traits about her. And my thing is, as a woman, it's your job to sell yourself to a guy and make it seem like you're going to be an asset. You're going to be a lovely asset to his life. You're going to be helpful. You're going to be sweet and caring. And this woman went out of her way to be the opposite of that. She let every negative thing about her hang out, and it's like birth control, male birth control. Like, I just lost interest. And, after, asking her if she'd like to see me again, especially since, she said she didn't like being up in, the smaller town that she was in, and she was interested in going out again. She basically playfully said, "I don't know." So my thing is, I don't like to spend my time, money, and attention on people that don't appreciate my time, energy, and attention and respect it and reciprocate. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when somebody invests their time into you, that's a gift. They don't have to do anything for you. They don't have to give you their time of day. They don't have to spend their money on you. That is a gift that they're giving you. And if you disrespect them, they're well within their rights to take that back, not give you anything else, and ignore you if you fail to meet expectations. Life gets easier when you get more and more comfortable being disliked because you'd rather be respected. I don't know, man. I mean, this is just another awful person I went out with. Big D out.